Hi, I'm Dijan. I'm going to share with you a sequence that I call breathing space. We're literally going to create more space in our lungs to breathe. We're going to utilize areas that we don't always use. We're going to massage our lungs and also use some breathing techniques to improve the ventilation function, to strengthen the muscles of our lungs. And some breathing exercises that are in yoga tradition are great for certain breath deficiencies, like people who have asthmatic issues or who have some respiratory problems because of smoking or other chronic conditions. So this is a great way to work on the lungs. And there are other ways of working with the lungs that are about problems with exhaling. So this sequence is more about increasing the capacity of inhalation, the ventilation capacity. And later on I will also introduce sequences that will work on the diaphragm, stretch the muscles of the diaphragm and help us with exhalation. That can be another problem for some people suffering from asthmatic conditions. And for any regular person, it's a great sequence to just have more oxygen in our system, to have stronger lungs and more healthy lungs. Let's do something good for ourselves and practice. We will start our practice with just observing how we normally breathe. You can place one hand on your rib cage, because when we breathe in the thoracic area, then the rib cage moves to the side, not necessarily to the front. And we place the other hand on our abdomen. And you can even gently close your eyes to stay more interiorized. And just observe the way you breathe. Do you naturally breathe more towards your abdomen or more towards your thoracic cage? In which case, the hand on the rib cage would move, and abdominal breathers will feel more movement, subtle movement on their hands that is supporting the abdomen. Also keep on observing. Do you inhale more through the nose or through the mouth? Do you exhale through the nose or through the mouth? Let's begin with just this subtle observation of our natural way of breathing, without really adding anything, without really doing things that we know is good for breathing, just observing the natural flow. I used to have paradoxical breath before I started yoga practice, so I used to suck in my belly when I inhale and expand when I exhale. And yoga practice helped me to reverse that into the regular breath. So now I inhale with a slight expansion of the abdomen, even in my daily routine, and I exhale and sucking the abdomen gently in. When I do yoga practice, I expand the scope of the breath, and that's what we are going to practice now. So we're going to inhale, make a big belly, and exhale, gently sucking in the navel. So actually I'm trying to isolate a little bit my rib cage, and I try to give more attention to the abdominal breath, inhaling, big belly. The hand here is almost not moving, and exhaling, sucking in the navel. And now I'm going to expand to the thoracic cage as well, inhaling, big belly. Also up into the thoracic cage, exhaling, sucking in the navel. The exhalation starts from the abdomen, and slowly also the air in the upper part of the lungs leaves the body. One more time, inhale, and exhale. So this is just to get the body understand how we should be breathing throughout the practice. So it's going to be slightly more, a bit more exaggerated than our daily breath, and the emphasis on the abdominal area, and then it moves to the rib cage. So we are going to continue with some warm-up exercises to prepare the body for what comes next, dropping the head towards the chest and slow rotations of the head, keeping the neck extended, feeling every single movement in the area of the neck. Being totally present. You can even synchronize your breath with the movement, doing half a circle for inhalation, half a circle for exhalation. We're trying to keep the duration of inhalation and exhalation equal. You may notice that may not come naturally for all of us, so we need to see what's our tendency and also override that tendency while we're doing the yoga practice. And opposite direction, especially when we go backwards, keeping the neck extended. A very simple exercise, but it helps so much to come back into the body, to become present with the sensations in the body. And that will do. Now coming to the arms and the shoulders, making big circles. Inhaling, chest open. Exhaling, bringing the elbows close, closing the chest. Inhaling, opening up, the shoulder blades come close. Exhaling, closing down. And 2 more times in the opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale. And stretching the arms up, the shoulders are up. Inhale, long spine. And exhaling, stretching to the left side. Pushing your left hand to come up. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the other side. And coming up into a neutral position. And we will continue with our first asana that works on creating space, especially in the abdominal area, and it will also help us to warm up our spine. So we're coming into a tabletop position where the knees are hip-width apart and under the hips. The hands are under the shoulders, my fingers are engaged. I inhale, expanding the belly, head and tail go up. And I exhale, contracting the belly, head and tail go down. Inhaling up. Big belly, big breath. Exhale down. Inhale up. Do it in your own pace for a few times, enjoying this wonderful warming up of your spine in your own breathing pattern, keeping your breaths deep, and inhalation and exhalation equal duration. Last performance. And coming into a neutral position. We will continue with another asana. This time we worked on the belly and now we're going to work more on the thoracic cage. And for that I suggest you to use some props, some pillows to make ourselves comfortable, and a strap or a scarf or a t-shirt, whatever you have. So bringing the knees close to each other, fist width apart. I'm placing my hips in between the heels of my feet. And I place an extra pillow under my hips to be comfortable in this position. If you need more pillows, use more pillows. Just make sure that you're comfortable. And I recommend to use a strap as well. We will be interlocking our fingers at the back. So if your hands are not grabbing each other, then a strap is useful. So I'm lifting the left arm, the elbow is pointing towards the ceiling, and I'm grabbing the strap with my right hand. I'm keeping my spine aligned, head aligned with the spine. So this is the pose that helps me to massage my lungs, like the right side of the lung is contracted, the left side is expanded. And as I breathe in and out in this posture, I will keep on massaging. Please stay in the posture. I will demonstrate it from the side as well so that you can see what I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention not to create too much of a curve here. I want to keep my pelvis neutral. So you may want to adjust yourself. And the elbows are, one is pointing towards the ceiling, the other one towards the floor. The chest is open, head is aligned with the spine. And remember those deep breaths. Equal duration for inhalation and exhalation. If you don't need a strap, if you can interlock your fingers, feel free to do so. We're going to remain in this posture for a little while. Keep your attention in the breath. Whenever the mind wants to travel away, gets impatient or busy with something else, invite the mind back to the breath. And that will do. Letting go of the strap. Taking a little moment to observe the sensations in your chest area. Creating more space in your lungs. For breathing in and out, you may pay attention to the difference between the both sides of your chest area. And we will continue with the performance in the opposite direction, lifting the right arm and grabbing the left hand with the right hand at the level of the shoulder blade. Keeping the spine straight, head aligned with the spine, the right elbow pointing towards the ceiling, the left pointing towards the floor. Keeping the pelvis neutral. If you need to use the strap, feel free to do so. And bringing your attention to the breath. Whenever the mind travels away, just invite it gently, calmly back to the breath. observe the sensations in your lungs. And that will do. This concludes our sequence, breathing space. Congratulations, you did something great for yourself. See you in the next video.